Just to go through it, it's all nothing great I am talking about. I am highlighting what are all the areas we have always been having a difficulty, or where we have been looking. Yeah, this can be a little better. Oh God. So a lot of times we look at the business and we complain. This can be better. Today we are sorry. This weather is not so good. So like that. So these are all the areas where businesses would like to have improvements. So the one is customer delight, 100% satisfaction. You see, a satisfied customer brings more businesses. So why the line is there? It's satisfied. It has a full stomach meals. It's satisfied. So every customer has a requirement. So once he gets what he wants, then it gets satisfied. So, so now some of the delights what the technology has brought in, birthday greetings. Previously one has to remember all the person. So it can be an SMS today, or it can be even a phone call. So there is a person who can give a birthday greetings to all of our customers. Then they get delight. And maybe as a serving of bouquet. So today the world has changed. So we can program it. Everybody given a bouquet. Then we can store. There are a lot of ERPs like Sibel and other things where customers likes and dislikes are stored. So if you look at a Marriott hotel, one person stays in Bangkok today, then he goes to New York, so the next day, or maybe after a couple of days, or maybe after 1 year. So what he preferred in the previous hotel, so he can be given, so he gets a delight. So discounts and value adds can be done. Feedback, improve customers feel. Now there are a lot of Facebooks, Twitter and all which comments on the product. So today the Nano is launched. Tomorrow people comments on it, and that gives an input to the manufacturing company to improve on the products. So that will be a great help. Previously people have to come complain in some remote area, then we don't know at the corporate head office, aisa problem hai kya, we don't know. So today it's not the case. So if somebody has tweeted, yeah, this is the problem, there is a door shutting problem, then immediately we can clear it or take corrective steps so that new businesses can go on. Then the supply chain management. So what is the we don't want to store goods. Earlier it was storage of goods. Now we want the goods at the right time into the production line directly without storing anywhere else. So, and that too without any delay with cost effectiveness. So that supply chain management looks at it integrates so many types of transports. It integrates from lorry transport, the container has come, the container directly moves into the ship or an aircraft, so it moves to another place and it gets delivered. So different location is not a problem. The quick responses, RFQs. So the MD wants immediately, hey, this purchase manager ko bulao. So purchase manager has come. I want to procure 20 tons of steel, 6 mm bar immediately. Then you put, initially earlier it was like we have to get the quotation, we have to compare it. So now I can do it within 2 hours time. So put the RFQ in maybe Ariba or some other similar software. Then RFQ, the concerned suppliers log in and give the value, and they bid between themselves. The final results comes. Then the order is placed through email. Then the material be dispatched immediately if it is close by. And even when I was with Tata Steel, the major problem was the logistical. The logistical, some godowns have huge amount of stock of one type of steel. There are another godown, another place where people didn't have the stock, but there are huge requirements. So there was no system to justify where to transport the goods. And today, after implementation of all the technology there, and Tata Steel, then they can while the lorry is going, they can divert. So instead of delivering in this godown, why don't you go and deliver to another godown? So the transport cost gets reduced. So these are all possible today. And databases, consolidation, we can do consolidation. Previously orders, different places do the orders differently. Now we can consolidate all the orders at the head office and do the single order. Thereby we can get a price advantage, volume advantage. So then this is another area where the IT trends are trying to improve, but it is a long way to go. But lot of work has already happened there. The collection of data that all of us will know, collection, storage, analysis, interpretation, and business decision on meaningful manner. No, how it helps in decision making. The information we know, we all know the information is available, but does it help in decision making? Yes, it can help in decision making with the dashboard. So human beings, when we go to the doctor will first Bukhar hai, do you have a fever? So first he sees the temperature, then he sees is there a blood pressure. So today is there a sugar in you? So they verify the sugar test. So these are all the simple tests which tells whether the person is healthy or not. Likewise, a dashboard, single dashboard on MD's table can tell is my business is healthy. So we have KPIs. So major KPIs, if we incorporate in it, one page single screen dashboard can tell me whether I am in order or not. So on real time basis, there are now softwares and solutions where we can look at. So if we are in a construction industry, if you look at, so if my projects are on schedule, any delay in projects, we all know it's cost escalation. So if we are in automobile industry, is my sales today is in order? If you are in hospital or healthcare industry, so how many patients have been admitted? This all can tell us. So what is the business doing? How is it doing? So this another area where we can look. And this is one area where we all know, but we don't recognize it. So you look at in a big organization, we might have all come across. You go to a person, you ask the general manager sales, what is the sales for the last month? He will say as figure, so 100 units have been sold. Then you ask the CFO. The CFO will say, no, it's not 100 units, it's only 70 units. Then you ask another production department, how much has been produced, how much has been sold. So he will give another figure. So this is like, if you look at the people touching the elephant and telling, one person say elephant is like a trunk, another person is say it is like a sack, another person is saying it is like wire. So all blind people telling. So this is one major, the sales figure. So 10 different person or 4 different persons will tell 4 different figures. All are right, all are not wrong. But they look at it. The sales for a production person is what he has produced. Probably it might be stored somewhere else. So he does not know. The sales for a salesperson is what people have committed, what people want to buy, what they think of buying. So all the things will club together. They will say, no, yeah, he has already told me he is going to buy. So that becomes sales for him. So in a ERP environment, so sales is defined one and data can be unified. Cost figures can be unified. What is the cost of production? So there won't be any discussions. It is from the dashboard. So commitment to outsiders. If I have committed when I have to deliver the goods, so the system prompts us to move and deliver the goods. And reaction to the events. So if there is any complaints or anything, we can respond it quickly. So that gives confident figures which can whole organization can circle around it. Then this is one important area, manpower coordination. Manpower coordination, what I mean is, so there are different people entrusted with different types of responsibilities, but there is no coordination. So system can help us. Now I am, so P2P, like procurement to payment. So now I have done an intent. Then there is no question. Intent has been logged in. to the system, then the purchase order has to be done. When intent is done, it is the purchase person's responsibility. He can view how much intents has been raised. 10 the intents, so how much he has cleared, 8 he has cleared, 2 are pending. So easy to understand. So once the purchase order is done, whether goods have been delivered, GRN has been keyed in, so we can look at all the human beings, the different parts of organization, so-called different departments of organization can work on a unified theme or a single objective. So information of work in progress can be, one person's progress can be shown to another person's, they can be, if I have ordered, then I will know what stage the order is. So that is also can be done. Seamless integration of work and location and language. We need not, if we have a system, proper system, the language is also not, there can be different people working at different places with the components. Easy of flow. The flow of processes again. The processes, there are so many processes in the business like reconciliation. So reconciliation can become automatic. So this is one major area, that bank reconciliation, there is production reconciliation. So all the things becomes automatic and we can look at quickly on real-time basis. There can be a situation like materials are supplied in Coimbatore, which is happening in our organization. The check request comes from Chennai. The funds are made available in Pune. The account of the party is credited in Mumbai, so to his head office. These are all possible in real-time basis after adopting systems. So statutory compliances, this is another area where system has made a lot of difference in our business. So previously we have to hire a lot of consultants and all, so that is not required. TDS returns, VAT returns, service tax returns, PF returns, CSIC. So this I want to tell our experience in Vascon, how we went about doing implementation. We have done a SAP implementation. So how we went about our experience. If you look at, it's common everywhere. There will be initial resistance. So no, SAP will not work. So why should I do SAP? This is not my duty. My duty is to do only purchase orders. SAP ka entry main nahi karunga. So like that, there are initial resistance were there, and people have what you call a reservation about structured working. You give, the meeting starts at 7 o'clock. So if I go at 7, it is not good for me. There is a feeling in back of our mind. If we have a structured working, then people don't want to comply with it. So this is change management. So earlier, without any ERP or any systems, so people can do, they will say, no, I have done it correctly, but only he has not done it correctly. Now that is not, another department blaming may not be possible because all are available on the system. So I have done, he has not done that. Structured working puts the people behind. That training is important. We have done so more than 10,000 mandates of training. So training removes lot of years and it gives more knowledge and it improves the performance of the system. So most of the times we look at what is the cost of implementation or what is the cost of doing a system. So we look at hardware, yes, that is cost, it cost us. Then software, yeah, it is cost us. So what is the total cost? Total cost is hardware plus software, and running cost will be manpower. So, but we don't understand lot of inherent other costs.